we want the truth. We want the truth about Quinnen Williams, and we're entitled to it. Or maybe we're not entitled to it. Maybe it's none of our business, and maybe we should just be patient and wait. But what we shouldn't have to do is read fake stories and fake speculation and be convinced that the world is falling apart and start screaming and freaking out. Understand that since the draft, there's not much news. There's not much to report. Now imagine if it was your job, and this is how you make a living. You have to find a story, right? I mean, even doing this YouTube channel, this gave me a story. I mean, it literally gave me a story. So imagine you work for ESPN, you cover the Jets, and you go in the building and you start poking around. Hey, people are talking about this Quinnen Williams guy. They got to sign him. They got to extend him. Everybody wants him to be extended, right? Right, makes sense. So you go and you find some guy with a mop, or you find some guy in a tie you don't even know, whatever, and you start asking people questions like, what do you think of Quinnen Williams signing? You think they're close? You think they're far apart? You think they're close? You think they're far apart? You find one person in the entire building to say, I don't know. I don't think they might be far apart for all I know. I mean, I think they're far apart or whatever. And suddenly Rich Cimini could say, well, I don't have to reveal my source, but I can say that somebody in the building, an insider, confirmed that the Jets and Quinnen Williams are far apart in their negotiation for an extension. I mean, how many times have we been through this cycle? I mean, just recently, not that long ago, Aaron Rodgers was getting traded to the 49ers potentially, right? The 49ers were moving in on Aaron Rodgers because you get one person to say something, and if you're a reporter, you got yourself a story. Am I saying turn on that reporter and hate on that reporter? No, they're doing their job. He has to make a living. He literally has to do that. He can't go back to ESPN and say, well, I got no story this week. There's no news. He's got to get clicks. Fine. Remember, don't blame him. I'm tired of blaming him. I'm not going to blame him anymore. The problem is not him. The problem is quickly believing him. Let's, as Jet fans, agree on one thing. If it doesn't come from Quinnen Williams or his agents or JD himself, do not believe it. Consider it just something someone's saying, a take. Just like when I give you my takes, it's a take. A lot of you disagree, a lot of you agree. It's a take. That's all it is a take. Nobody knows because JD wouldn't talk about it. Now, Quinnen might tweet about it. It could happen. His agent might tweet about it. His agent might come out and say it. We've seen Marcus May's agent use that strategy in negotiations, and we've seen organizations do it. So I'm not saying it's impossible that one of those people or those entities might send out news that's real, but unless it comes from them, don't believe it. Do I think that it's automatic that it's a lie? No. There's a possibility that they're far apart in the negotiation. There's also a probability that they're very close. There's a probability that they're so close they're not even worrying about it right now because Quinnen Williams is focused on being a father, and he doesn't even care because it's his agent that's working the deal anyway. And the Jets have watched the other signings, and the price is being set for us anyway. That's more logical, right? I mean, how far apart could they be? You could be within $1 million a year of each other and still stonewall each other for a couple of weeks because there's no pressure right now to get it done. I mean, the reality is the Jets might want him at a little bit cheaper because they kind of have him this year at a price and they have the option to tag him next year, and they want that to be put into consideration. Like a home, the home field deal or whatever, the home field discount or whatever they call it. I mean, that's very possible as well. But should we be panicking? Should we be worried? Should we be upset? No. Should we put any serious thought into Rich Cimini's story? No. Let's just wait and see what happens. This is hard for us. Just be calm. Now, if you hit the guy over here, there's a guy over here. If you hit him and you haven't subscribed to the channel, you can go do that. I appreciate that. There's another video you could watch. That's if you like the content. If you don't. But if you like this video, hit the like button and do all that stuff because I love doing this and I love having you watch. Go Jets.